In the Jewish Bible, I'm going to mispronounce this word, Zaraat. We now know it as Hansen's disease. It's Mycobacterium leprosy, and it's a cruel disease.
Shocking.
It will affect your nerve endings. You don't know if you've cut yourself. You can have deformities and whatever. And rightly so, we can understand why in the past and in this time and place, lepers were shunned. Because I think there's two types, if I remember offhand. There's wet leprosy and there's dry leprosy. One's very virulent, and one you can certainly potentially run the risk of catching even as an adult, although most of them you have to be a child or around lepers at that time as a young person, I believe. But what we must understand is that what was clumped as leprosy, we would now call just skin blemishes, psoriasis, any skin ailment or deformity, boils, patches on your skin. When you're stressed, your skin can come into like red patches. You've almost made your own skin turn against you, itchy, whatever. That's a form of stress. So when at 40, and there came a leper to him, beseeching him and kneeling down to him, and saying unto him, If thou wilt, thou canst make me clean. I wonder, it could have been a leper? Though for a leper to get access in a group of people would have been very difficult for this person. Or it could have been someone with psoriasis, boils, or whatever.
That ancient term that you quoted for leprosy, Hansen's disease, was used for a number of conditions. It could have been some sort of like eczema, exfoliating skin, scaly skin conditions. And somebody who had that sort of appearance was ostracized from the community until they were cleansed. Leviticus 13 tells us a bit about that. But in the New Testament, the Greek term that's used here also refers to a number of skin diseases as well. But there is some evidence that Hansen's disease, i.e. proper leprosy, may well be what is being referred to here, because the disease was described in Alexandria, Egypt, by Greek physicians in about 300 years before Christ. Alexandria, Egypt is pretty close to the area that we're talking about, so it would not be too difficult to imagine that that condition may well have been present in Judea and Galilee around the time of Jesus, and certainly before the time of Jesus. When it talks about a leper, maybe we should say, okay, maybe it was a leper. You're right, anyone who was a leper would have been given a very wide berth, because to touch a leper would make you unclean at the very least, contagious, and sick at the very worst. It could be either, but I lean towards it being somebody who had Hansen's.